everyone. I'm glad to have this opportunity to make a presentation to introduce Chinese business archive work. My speech has the following 3 points. The first, the introduction to State Archive Administrator of China, SAAC for short, and the system of Chinese business archive work. Second, the development of Chinese business archive in recent years. The third, the development of direction of Chinese business archive work in era of big data. The first, in China, Department of being in charge of all archives work is SAAC. Its responsibility is playing and making macro management of the national archives work, carrying out centralized and unified management of the important archives, planning professional education of the archives. The system of the Chinese business archive work, we have SAAC. Under SAAC, there is Province Archive Bureau. Under Province Archive Bureau, there is City Archive Bureau. Under City Archives Bureau, there is Country Archives Bureau. Archives Bureau of every level, director and supervisor management of business archive and records in his area. Yes, Province Archives Bureau must receive direction and supervision of SAAC. City Archive Bureau must receive direction and supervision of Province Archives Bureau. Country Archives Bureau must receive direction and supervision of City Archive Bureau. Yes, SAAC sets a department named Operational Direction Division for Economic, Scientific, and Technological Archives. The division sets 3 sections. One of 3 sections is a section of business archive. I am the director of this section. Its responsibility is direction and supervision of business archive work. Its object is business archive and records management of central government enterprise and business archive work of the local archive bureau, province archive bureau. Mainly, archive of state-owned enterprise has the nature of public archives. So it must be subject to the supervision, direction of the archive administrative departments of state. It is worthy nothing that archive from private enterprise, foreign funded enterprise, and other non-state-owned enterprise. But it need to accept it. It need not to accept the supervision of the state archive administrative department only if it has preserved value for our state-owned society. Now, I introduce the second point, the development of the Chinese business archive in recent years. The first is perfecting the system and the mechanism of business archives work. We have strengthened the work of the establishing the business archive policy, regularity, and standards. We have strengthened the construction of the archives organization and promoted the establishment of the business archive, business records center, and centralized management of business archives. Guotai Jun'an Security Company has achieved a collection of business archives nationwide. China Life Insurance Company is carrying out the centralized management of business archive resources in different regions of China. Bank of China and Bank of Communication are gradually realizing the centralized management of prevention business archive. We have stepped up its guidance to the archive work of the non-state-owned enterprise, new institution, and new fields. We have strengthened the archives management of bankrupt company. The second is have strengthened the construction of business archive resource. Our main work is to carry out the audit of business records archiving scope and archives retention of state-owned company. The third is exploration and utilization of business archives. The business archive play an important role in market development, product development, quality management, after-sales services, enterprises culture, and other aspects. We will make an example. Modern Suzhou Silk sample archive was successfully registered in the Memory of World Asia Pacific program in 2016. This archive comes from business archive of 18 bankrupt enterprise. This is the sample, a bigger quantity. State Grid of China archives integrated archives from different business so that a land telephone service personnel could obtain engineering, production, sales, and other related information in a timely manner. It makes the quality of service increase by 8 percentage points. Yes. State Grid of China is number 2 of top 500. They are generally director of the archive come to this conference in there. The acknowledgement of business archive has achieved initial success. Some enterprises who have built digital archives have tried to carry out knowledge management of business archive information, transform the archive information into knowledge. Then finally, I'll introduce Chinese business archive work in era of big data, future. The characteristics of era is big data, also is cloud computing, smart management, and mobile internet. This gives archives opportunity to take a new role. We will have 4 plans or the actions. A, construction policies, regulations, or standards, or gathering about a business archive that can reflect big data characteristics. B, promoting the work of the business electronic records archive. Yesterday, we know the main challenge is electronic records archiving. C, promoting the construction of digital archive for enterprises. D, introduce the idea or the technology of big data and enhancing the utilization level of business archives. We are going to establish electronic records management standards for business systems such as CAD, CAM, CAPP, PDM, ERP, and e-commerce platform. The standards content include archiving scope, specification, interface standards, metadata management standards, archiving process guideline. We are going to revise prevention and business archive management. We are going to establish archive management standards in food, medicine, environment protection, financial enterprises. This must reflect big data in characteristic. B. Promotion the work of business electronic records archiving. We will have an action project that is a pilot project of business electronic records archiving. It includes electronic records archiving and electronic archives management in a commercial platform, and to carry out innovation ways to exploit electronic records or the archives by big data technology and revitalize massive transaction data, and to promote the implementation of account archives management approach, strengthen the electronic records management. Yeah. Next action is to promote the construction of digital archive for enterprise. Our target is the National Archive Development 13th 5th years program is digital stock and electronic increment. That is the digital rate of traditional carrier business archive should be higher. We are going to build a number of first-class business digital archive. Next action is to introduce the concept of big data and enhancing the utilization level of business archives. We have 2 points. To explore the new mode of exploitation and utilization of electronic archives by big data technology. At the same time, to establish mechanisms to transfer electronic archive resources into data, information products. It also an important development direction to explore the mechanism of promotion and the utilization of big data products based on the archive data. So we think our new role in company is really decision support, really knowledge management, real compliance guardian, really support of development of market and sale. Yes, everyone would focus on word real. It is because we have a little effect on this aspect before, but effect is really little. Now, we are far more effective than before. That is my presentation. Thank you, all of you. ICA SBA 2018, no 18. Oh. Conference will be held in Beijing of China. ICA welcome all of you come to China. Thank you.